Hello children, it's Mrs. Wilding here. Now this week we're going to be looking at farms and animals. I looked round my house and unfortunately I couldn't find any. So I thought, what shall I do? I know I'm going to make some and I'm about to show you how to make some farm animals. You'll need some cardboard rolls from wrapping paper or kitchen roll or even toilet roll so long as they're clean. And we'll need some paint and a paintbrush. The first one I'm going to make today is a pink one. Can you guess what farm animal that is? Yes, a pig. Now, I've got my tube here. As you can see, it's not pink. So I've got to make some pink paint. Can anybody tell me which two colours we mix together to make pink? Yes, you're absolutely right. It's red and white. So I've got a little mixing pot here and I'm going to put some white paint into the mixing pot with my spoon. I think I've got 1, 2, maybe a bit more. Should I put 3 in? 1, 2, 3 spoons of white paint. I'm dripping it down the edge. And then I'm going to add some red paint. I don't want to put too much of this in because I don't want it to be too dark. So I've just put in 1. So there's the red and white. I've got my paintbrush. I'm going to mix it together. Let's see what colour we've made. I think that's possibly a little bit dark. So what do you think I now have to add to make it lighter? Yes, you're quite right. Some more white paint. So here goes. Now put some more white paint into the pot. So that's now 4 whites. Actually, I'm going to put 1 more. So that's 5 spoons of white paint I've used in this one. I'm going to give it another little stir and mix round. Shall we have a look at the colour? Oh, that's quite pretty, isn't it? Now, I've got my tube. I've also cut out a little shape here to be the little pig's head. And that's in a piece of card. You might need Daddy or Mummy just to help you cut the shape out for the head. And what I'm going to do is I've got a stapler here and I'm going to fasten the head to the tube. So there it is. It's going to be my little pig. And then I'm going to paint it all over. Oh, nice and pink. Here we are. Can you see that? Painting it all over. Oh, that's certainly changing colour, isn't it? Because it was a kind of a beigey browny colour before. Oh dear, I'm just dripping my pink into my red paint. So I'm going to move that to one side because I don't want my red paint to look all pink. Now I'm going to do this more than once because this one I think might be the daddy pig. And then we want to make a mummy pig. Does anybody know what we call a mummy pig? Mummy pig is called a sow. That's right. And a baby pig. What is a baby pig called? Baby pig is a... Yes, you're right, it's a piglet. So, there we are. We've got 1 pink pig. Not sure if you can see that terribly well on the screen. But there you are, there's 1 pink pig. Here, I haven't painted this one yet. Here's one slightly smaller. So we're going to have that one as the mummy pig when it's done. And we've got a tiny one. And that's going to be the piglet. So we've got the piglet, the the sow and the pig. How many have we got? 1, 2, 3. That's right. We've got 3 pigs for our farm. Now that needs to dry just a little bit. It needs a little nose. So I've cut out a little shape here. Does anybody know what that shape's called? That's an oval. And a pig has 2 nostrils. Okay, so if I take my black pen, which I've got here, I'm going to draw 2. Oh, there's 1. And there's 2. And then we're going to stick that on their little pig's face. Something like that, but I'll need a little bit of glue because my paint is not quite dry yet. And I'm going to have to draw 2 little eyes for my pig as well. So there we are. We've got a little pig. Actually, this one is the daddy one. Okay. So we've got 3 pigs in our family. That one's still got to be painted, and so's the little piglets. But there we are. Now, what else do you think we might need on our farm? Which other animals could we have? I'll tell you what I've made. I've got here to just reach over and bring these ones over. Now, I've got a little lamb. I've got the mummy sheep, and I've got the daddy sheep. The daddy is the ram. The baby is the lamb. And the mummy is the ewe. Well done. So we've got 1, 2, 3 sheep to go on our farm. Now again, I use these with some kitchen roll tubes which I've cut up into different sizes. And to cover them, I didn't actually have any cotton wool in the house. I had some black paint, so again I cut out the shape of the face, and you might need some help from mummy or daddy to do that. But that was stuck onto the card. And then to make it soft and fluffy, I've actually used one of my makeup remover things, and I've just peeled this apart where it's nice and fluffy like that. So we've got 2 bits there, and I put some glue like this all over the tube and stuck either the cotton wool if you've got it, but otherwise maybe some makeup remover pads, just to make your soft, fluffy lamb, ewe, and the daddy one. Can you remember what we called the daddy one? That's right, the ram. Remember, lamb and ram rhyme, sound the same. Now, the other things we've made are some little ducks. And this is a tiny little yellow one. This one is the baby, and we call this one a duckling. So there's the duckling. We've got the mummy, who's slightly bigger, so that's 2. There's the mummy duck. And then we've got the daddy, which is the drake. So can you see we've got 1, 2, 3 ducks in our duck family. So we've made some of those, and they're all out of little tubes. The last ones I've done today, or I've done ready for today, are some cows. I've got the baby cow, and I've done this just in black and white, so some white splotches and some black paint here and there. And this baby one is the calf. We have the calf, we have the mummy one who's slightly bigger, and this is the cow, And then we've got the daddy one, the big one, and he's the bull. So we've got again in this family 1, 2, 3 for our cows. Now, the other thing I thought we might need on our farm are some trees to give them some shade. And again, I've used some kitchen roll tubes here, and I've got, let's count them. We've got 1, 2, I'll just put them at the bottom there, standing up. 3, I made another one that's got some blossom on it, just to be different. We have 4 trees for our farm. Now these ones I painted brown. Can anybody remember which 2 colours we mixed together to make brown? It's more tricky, this one. You're quite right, some of you that have guessed this correctly. We used 2 colours to make brown, but actually you could use 3. The 2 I used are red and green. And if you mix together red and green paints, you will make the brown colour, and that's my little pot that I mixed the brown in. And I used about the same quantity of red and green, maybe slightly more green than the red, but a fairly similar quantity, so that was nicely mixed together, just like we mixed together the pink at the beginning. Now, the other thing I made, which is a totally different shape, is the tractor. I thought we might need a tractor, and I've got this partly done. So I've just used a box. I think this was a biscuit box actually, and again a tube, and I've stuck a little bit of tube on. And then I drew some, what shape do we call these? Circles. And I painted some cards. I got some black big circles and slightly smaller white circles to go in the middle. Smaller still, black circle, and the 4th size of circle, the white one, to make the middle of the small front wheels. And I've done the back, but I've only got 1 wheel on there. So what I've got to do is I've got my black one that I painted earlier and my white one, and I've got to use my glue. Do you remember this sticky stuff called, no, the one I've got here is a Pritt stick, but whatever make it is, I have to stick this onto here with the glue, and then I stick the big one onto the tractor, like that. So I end up with 1, 2, 3, 4 wheels for the tractor, and we can put that on our farm. Now, the one thing I haven't got round to making yet is the farmhouse. Now, what do you think you could use to make a farmhouse? Well, if you've got a shoebox, that would be a very, very good one to use. But any largish box, bigger than the tractor box, any large box would do to make the house. And we need a roof on it, so we could have a lovely triangle shape for the roof. And the box itself is probably a rectangle. Once you've got that, you could paint the box or just leave it plain, doesn't really matter, it's however you would like it to be. But if you make the box into the house, then you've got a farmhouse, you've got some trees, you've got a tractor, and you've got lots and lots of animals. Could you think of any other animals you could make to go on the farm? You could have a horse, for example. But make whatever you would like to make. There are lots of different ways. If you want, you could ask your mummy to look up cardboard farm animals, and there are lots and lots of different types of animals and different ways of making them. So have fun and have a lovely week with our topic on the farm and animals. Thank you for listening. Bye bye children, have a lovely week.